What up, football family? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Show. I'm your host, PL Culture. All right, it's Week 7, ballers and ballettes, and we're knee deep into the bye week season. And this week especially, there's some major heavyweights that's going to be on bye this week. You're talking about the talented roster from the Philadelphia Eagles, the New York Giants, the New England Patriots. So just with those few teams there, you're looking at several quality quarterbacks, running backs, tight ends, receivers that will be on your bench this week and not because of injury. So if you have any injuries on top of that, then you could be left scrambling like most of us are for some ample replacements to keep that fantasy football playoff train rolling. If that is the case, chill. You're at the right place. So get you a chill pill, do whatever you do, knock you back a cold one, and enjoy as we bring you the hot waiver wire picks for Week 7 over the next 10 minutes. All right, so let's get started. We're going to make our first stop in the city of Cleveland, Ohio, and check out a wide receiver by the name of Greg Little. Now, Little was known about Greg prior to the season, no pun intended. So a quick history review. I mean, Little was a fantastic wide receiver for the North Carolina Tar Heels, but he missed out his last season because of that whole NCAA violation party thing. He missed a lot of time and pretty much fell off everyone's radar. Well, he was picked up by the Cleveland Browns. He showed flashes in the preseason, but didn't get his real start or chance to shine until last week when he started against the Oakland Raiders. He did turn in a 6-catch, 72-yard performance and was targeted more than 10 times. So Colt McCoy was definitely looking for him. Now, that also makes the second week in a row that Little had at least 6 catches. And this week he draws a fantastic matchup against the Seahawks defense, who, oh, by the way, just happened to be giving up the most fantasy points to the wide receiver position than any other defense in the league. So if there was a week to get Greg Little into your lineup, this would be the week. Snatch that brother up. Now, staying in the city of Cleveland, looking across the locker room, another cat that you may want to pick up this week is the running back, Montario Hardesty. Now, if you remember a few weeks back, we talked about Hardesty as a name to look out for when Peyton Hillis was on our home alert. Well, sorry, Mr. Hillis, it looks like that home alert status may last throughout the end of the season. Looks like that ever since he's done the cover of Madden, he's had nothing but on the field and off the field issues, whether it's him being pouting and all that about his contract extension or lack thereof, or his strep throat injury that kept him out a few weeks back. I mean, on the side question, when's the last time you heard anybody from your favorite team missing a week of action because of strep throat? You either, huh? I digress. All right. Now, how that plays into the favor of Hardesty is the fact that it looks like the Browns are unwilling at this point to offer a contract extension to Peyton Hillis, and he's actually come under fire and may be crawling into that doghouse. Again, no pun intended. Now, Hardesty was drafted to be the every down back before he got injured, which actually triggered the trade from Hillis from Denver to Cleveland. So you know how it works in the NFL. You have a veteran in his last year. You have a young and upcoming rookie or first or second year player that makes less money. You're going to give that rookie or that first or second year player, that younger guy, an increase of touches to see what you have in a backup before you decide to just shell out a bunch of money for a veteran. Now, with that being the case, then Hardesty is definitely a great play this week because Hillis is definitely out with an injury and may be someone that you want to keep beyond the bye week season because if he takes over in the starting role, he could be a tremendous value as a sleeper pick heading on into the fantasy football playoffs. All right, so if he's still out there, get that brother into your lineup as well. Now, let's hop a plane and head over to Kansas City, Missouri and check out Mr. Steve Breaston, wide receiver of the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, you all remember the start of the season. The Chiefs were absolutely dreadful, horrible, garbage, abominable. They were just unconstitutional in my Stephen A. Smith voice. They were just awful. I mean, the getting beat down, shut out, all kinds of stuff. Now, with the loss of Jamal Charles, the passing game really sputtered. But the last few weeks that Matt Castle and Dwayne Bowe have really gotten that thing together. And one of the beneficiaries of that has been Steve Breaston. Over the last 3 games, he's hauled in 11 catches for 196 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's a great complementary player to the star wide receiver, the same way he was last year in Arizona for Larry Fitzgerald. He was a great complimentary player at the University of Michigan for the likes of Braylon Edwards and things of that nature. So he's a guy that's used to playing Robin and used to thriving in that role. With that being said, I'm not sure exactly why the Cardinals got rid of him or let him go resign somewhere else. But I digress. This week, Preston has a great matchup as well, going against Oakland Raiders defense that's 29th against the pass, and who just as recently as a week ago got lit up by Colt McCoy and the Browns offense. 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. It was a great performance by their passing game. So look for the Chiefs to take it to the air. They have no running game, so that means an increased look of touches for Preston and a solid sleeper play this week as well. Now, we move on to one of my favorite sections. This segment is actually our viewers' pick. Shouts out to the viewers. I love to hear the input that you guys have. You always bring good stuff every week, and this week is no different. We're highlighting and profiling this week Mr. Ambrosio Casares, team name Y Tu Mama Tambien. Translated, Yo Mama Too. You gotta love that, ballers and ballettes. Yo Mama Too. He's not just trying to beat you. He's trying to knock off the whole family tree in week 7. And that's how they do it in the OC. And by the OC, I am not talking about Orange County. All of my fans in Dallas and in Texas and worldwide know we're talking about the one and only Oak Cliff, baby. So shouts out to Ambrosio. He wants to show some love to local player, Dallas Cowboy running back DeMarco Murray. Pause. Y'all, is this another homer pick? Keep it real. Is he pulling a homer on us? Let's just wait and see. Now, I have absolutely no problem. Actually, I like the pick for DeMarco Murray. I mean, somebody's going to get the start this week because Felix Jones is injured yet again. I'm not even going to get started on Felix. You all right, brother? All right, moving right along. So with Jones being out with a high ankle sprain, he'll be out for the next few weeks. And if you have your choice between Murray and Tashard Choice, again, no pun intended, you want to lean towards the side of DeMarco Murray. So I agree with you, Ambrosio. Murray definitely makes the better play for a couple of reasons. For one, he's younger, he's more explosive, he runs harder between the tackles, and he's less prone to make mistakes. Tashard Choice, for all of his effort and for all of his talent, he just can't seem to stay out of the doghouse in Dallas. I mean, ever since he fumbled that ball right before halftime in Washington last year, his stock has gone down. I mean, I look up, he's missing blitz pickups. Tony Romo's looking around for him when he's in there on 3rd downs. He's fumbling the ball, it just looks out and goes out of bounds. He's not making wise comments in the media, and he was actually on a trade block. He wouldn't even be in Dallas right now if Felix Jones hadn't tweaked his ankle. So with that being the case, the definite start should and more likely would go to Murray. And Murray draws a great matchup this week as well against the St. Louis Rams. What in the world happened to the Rams? Winless? Wow. Okay. All right, I digress. They also have a dreadful run defense, 30th in the league. And this looks like a game set up for the running back to thrive. Tony Romo, Lord bless his heart, as my granny would say. Bless that man's heart. He needs a week off from the media. Now, this will be the perfect antidote for all of that bad talk and ill will and babysitting and not trusting them and throwing picks and you know the story, yada, yada, yada. He should be able to go up on top of the Rams early and let the defense and the run game take care of it to close it out. They should be heavily favored and they should beat down the Rams, which would be a good look for either one of the running backs. But if you had to choose between one or the other, I'm definitely going with Murray. Shouts out to you, Ambrosio. Much love on that pick. Now, we move on to our weekly Homer Alert pick. Now, if you're not familiar with the Homer Alert, shame on you. We've been doing this week in and week out every Wednesday, bringing you those hot picks for a year and a half now. Get on board. If this is your first time watching, real briefly, the Home Alert pick is that player that you play every week that's either your favorite player, he plays for your favorite team, you drafted him in the first couple of rounds, and you don't want the other fantasy football owners to make it seem like, oh, you drafted him and you're not even playing him this week. Do you want to be liked or do you want to be champion? That's my question for you. I think you want to be champion. If you want to be champion, you got to make the tough decisions. Sometimes that means benching a superstar. So this week, if you are a fan of the Jacksonville Jaguars or an owner of Mr. Pocket Hercules, a.k.a. Maurice Jones-Drew, please be on Homer Alert. This week, and it's really no disrespect to Maurice Jones-Drew. This is really not about his production or lack thereof. This is about the matchup, baby. I mean, Baltimore Ravens, Mr. Ray Lewis, and the gang bring their second-ranked run defense into Monday Night Football to take on those said Jaguars and rookie quarterback Blake Gabbert. Now, you already know what the routine is going to be. I mean, me and you could draw up the game plan for this. Stick 8-9 in the box, make Gabbert beat you, which hasn't happened all year. The passing game looks woeful, dreadful, and whatever other Stephen A. Smith word that you can come up with off the top of your head. They just look bad. And so the running game will probably suffer because of that. He's going to have very few holes to run through. And the Baltimore Ravens seem to get up for the Showtime running backs. I mean, Rashard Mendenhall, Chris Johnson, and Arian Foster combined for 147 yards this year against the Ravens rush defense. As in 147 yards combined, all three of them total. As in any one of those running backs last year or this year would consider 147 yards for themselves a pretty decent / average game. So with that being said, it definitely does not bode well for Mr. Maurice Jones-Drew. Get that brother out of your lineup if you have a better play on your bench. All right? So that concludes another episode of the Fantasy Football Show. Again, we like to send shouts out to our viewer pick this week from Mr. Ambrosio, a.k.a. E2 Mama Tambien. Much love on the pick. If you have any picks that you'd like to share for Week 7, hey, drop us a comment right here, or you can hit me up on Twitter, and I'll be sure to profile you. That's at PL Culture. Again, that's at PLCOLTER. As we conclude every week, we like to tell you that life is a sport, so always play to win. Titans got a big-time divisional matchup against the Texans this weekend. Go Titans. It's your boy PL. I'm out. God bless.